Thought I met you at the wrong time. Then you caught me on that one night. Girl, I wanna know how this thing get out of my control. Zip line into your timeline. Hey, that body don't lie. I didn't care for the hype, yeah. But when I saw you tonight, ooh, girl, you know just what you're doing. I'll go 1,000 miles to show you that I'm right for your love. Hey, keep breaking necks when you passing them by. Make sure they know that you taking love in your vibe. Let's be forever tonight, and I will let you make up your mind. But I can't wait. Where you coming over? Let me be your chauffeur. Baby, I will keep on calling you love till you do the same. Let me take it over. Drive it like a chauffeur, like a chauffeur. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me drive that. Yeah, I can't recall when you came through that door, yeah. Glowing like a headlight, independent all the way, got her bread right, yeah. Hard to ignore, sexy body make a jaw hit the floor. Won't you come over now? Just let me hold you down. Nothing else matching your type. Nothing else matching your type. Yeah. Oh, I feel the magic in the air. And when you give me a taste, I swear. When you give me a taste, let me take it over. Drive it like a chauffeur. I will let you make up your mind, but I can't wait. Coming over, let me be a chauffeur. Baby, I will keep on calling you love till you do the same. Let me take it over, drive it like a chauffeur, like a chauffeur.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry about the late start. I'll give you a clue as to what's been going on in my personal life here in just a minute. I'm sure you'll understand. Good morning to you. 513-873-7134. This is the Nathan Ivey Show. I'm live, I'm local, and I'm very vocal about the issues surrounding the world, some more serious than others, some less serious than others. Good morning to you. It's a Friday. We made it. Man, it's great to be alive, and it's always my pleasure to be with you. Hold on one second. I'm texting my fam. Good morning to you. Man, the last 24 hours have been quite eventful, very eventful, and I want to clue you in so you have some indication as to where I'm coming from this morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Good morning. Let me give you a heads up to what's happening on Sunday. My friends over at Renew Community Church are at it again, folks. Got another dope conversation planned for you. Why do couples cheat and argue? This Sunday at 11:45 a.m., you can join the live stream. You can learn how to develop wholesome relationships. And I don't care who you are. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're newlywed. I don't care if you're just dating or you've been into marriage for 20 years. Anyone can learn from a conversation like that. So you can plug in. This is a live stream event, and it's free. All you got to do is press play, tap in, and you can tap out whenever you like to. But tap in and check out the conversation. Who knows? You might get something out of it. Why do couples cheat and argue? Also, don't forget early voting is going on right now. You can early vote here in Hamilton County right now. All you got to do is go over to the Hamilton County Board of Elections, and you can vote right now up until November the 1st, which is the day before the election day this year, which is November the 2nd. I just happened to get a chance to listen to a little bit of terrestrial radio yesterday, which is very, very rare for me. I typically don't get a chance to. I was in the car and just channel surfing and came across. I was down the dial, heard them having a conversation about the election. And I keep hearing people say that there's no excitement or energy around the election. And I like to know, if is that your opinion of it? We've been talking about it pretty heavy, and people in my circle are at least plugged in. But I'd like to know if that's your opinion. That's not a major topic for today or anything. I'm just curious. What a week. Family over everything, Karens, crooked cops, and more this morning is what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about this morning. But last night, I was in the house at the Boss event. It's a documentary that was put together by a Black female named Ashley. She is pretty dope with this. She brought together 16 Black Cincinnati women who shared their personal and professional paths to success. They also talk about imposter syndrome, which I know is a real thing, even though I don't feel as if I've ever experienced myself. For me, you are what you do. If I'm doing it, I'm doing it. That's me. But everybody is different. It was nice. It was over at a theater on Ray Street that I don't think of as the Cincinnati World Cinema. I don't think I've ever been there before. But it was nice though. I could see myself going back and seeing more films there. It was quite interesting. All volunteers, very, very interesting. And there was a lot of people there. A lot of folks showed up, and it was a good time. It was definitely a good time. It was well worth my time. Of course, the wifey was involved with it, but there were other women involved who I am aware of. Oh, that was yesterday. Other women who I know who are involved. All dope sisters, man. All very successful sisters that had something to share. And I could see this documentary being, it was the kind of thing that like younger Black women, especially in college, need to see, right? Because every last one of these ladies was that young Black girl, right? That young Black woman, that young sister at some point, and they could get something out of it for sure, for definitely for sure. But it was a great time. Bravely overcoming self sabotage. Bravely overcoming self sabotage. And you don't have to raise your hand and tell anybody in the chop shop or anything like that, but just in your own mind, I'd like to know, how do you think that you've ever been a victim of self sabotage? Is imposter syndrome, which is like, you know, you feel like people might find you out, and they might find out that you don't deserve to be wherever you might be. Is that something that you suffered from? If so, and even if not, it is well worth your time. So props to Ashley. Of course, she was nice enough to come on last week and tell us about it. I'll say it again. Anytime somebody's doing something for us in the city, I want to hear about it here. I want to help promote it. And I think Ashley's got some more things cooking. And in any way, the Nathan Ivey Show or CDM or whatever can be involved, we definitely want to be involved and lift it up. But I thought it was very interesting. I mean, this sister did it on her own. First time she ever made a documentary. There's a lesson in this. It's the first time she ever did anything like this before. She said she had never did this. She just had an idea. And so she just started reaching out. She started reaching out to people and making connections. And and it just things just kind of happened. She said, I didn't know. And there's a lesson in that, because I think some people feel like you got to have everything figured out and all your ducks in a row, and you got to have check every box before you make a move. And that's never going to happen. That's very, very rare. That's very, very rare. Very rare for every box to be checked and everything to be figured out and every calculation to be figured out and every possible outcome to have been thought out. That's very, very rare. You don't always get that. You know what I'm saying? You don't need that. What you need is to put one foot in front of the other and just do it every single day until it gets done. And that's what she talked about. Again, I got something out of it from each and every one of the ladies, and it was a good time. So I don't know, talking with the wifey, I think the plan is for it to be distributed in wider viewership today, but I don't know the details. I'm going to circle back to Ashley and get her thoughts. And I like to talk with some of these dope ass sisters too and bring them on the show just to share their experiences. Well worth your time, family. Well worth your time. I love to see it on Netflix. Well worth your time. It was a good time last night. I appreciate it. 513-873-7134. If you would like to transform your brain waves into talk radio wave this morning, very, very simple. All you got to do is dial that number. Now, I say simple, but it comes with a caveat. Open your mind before you open your mouth. That's it. As long as you do that, it's all good. It's all good, family. It's all good. But again, if and when you see this, check it out. And if you've got young women in your world and your family, it will be well worth your time. You got a lot of doctors, got a lot of doctors in the house. I love it. When I meet black doctors, I always call them doctor, always, because they deserve it. And that's the way they try to play black professionals. I have no problem respecting what you work for or whatsoever. You work for it. You work for it. One of my wife's closest friends was in the house. She's a doctor. I love all this black excellence, man. I love it. I just get energy from it. It's nothing like it. I'd rather be around that every day, any day, all day. I love it. So shout out to all these sisters, man. All really, really got learn some things. Just very interesting. Very, very interesting. Well worth my time last night. Really, really worth my time. Good morning to you. 513, because you know time is everything. 513-873-7134. Crystal writes, that's called walking by faith. Amen. Right. You're not always gonna have it figured all the way out. I don't have everything I want to do figured out, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna figure it out along the way. We'll figure it out together. Trial and error, right? That's rare, but I know I've been there before. It's kind of like I don't have this figured out. I haven't figured out every conceivable possible outcome, and you end up not doing a damn thing. Don't get caught up with that. Just do it. Just do it. And one thing is for certain, you'll always have some friends here on the Nathan Ivey Show to understand. At least I'll understand. Sometimes some of the choppers every once in a while, everybody be tripping, but it's all good. 513-873-7134. And so then, and hopefully I don't all get all emotional and tear up with you. I think I'm strong enough to talk about it, but so, you know, my mother is back in the hospital, which is not good. I got a call yesterday during the day saying that she had to be rushed to the hospital because she had a massive heart attack. It's not good, family. I'm all in my feelings about it right now. Very sensitive. And by the time I found out, she was already being rushed into surgery. I mean, it's just not good. For what I've been told, and I got the information from my siblings because they were just closer to it than I was. She had a heart attack and she got 6 stents in her heart. I've got one. She has 6 stents, balloon in her heart. She got all this stuff. We were just here a year ago, right? It was just a year ago, and I was telling you about this. So, so we heard that yesterday. So that was yesterday afternoon. But then I was told that, you know, she was in ICU, so only one family member was allowed to go in at a time. I'm like, damn, can't go see mom's, chairman mom. And my sister had already said she was going to go. And that's cool with me. I mean, you know, one of us, all of us need to be there at separate times. Y'all go first. I'm okay with that. And then I got a message saying the doctor was saying, you know, she's taking a turn for the worse. So, you know, we had to drop everything. And I was at the event. So, you know, the wifey who was a part of the panel, she was actually, you know, talking and standing up and it was doing a Q&A, which was very interesting. And I'm looking at my phone, just imagine my conflicted emotions, because on one hand, the wifey's doing her thing. And then I'm getting this text message talking about how I got to rush to the hospital. So we left there, rushed to the hospital, and we were there till about, I don't know, 12, something like that. And just got the news before I came on the air that she stabilized just a little bit. So that's why I was late, because I just couldn't get out of bed. I'd be straight honest with you. I was just so tired on some levels, but then emotionally drained because all of my energy I'm pushing toward chairman mom right now. So that's just to give you, and I think I do owe you that, just to give you an explanation. That's why the show started off a little late this morning. And that's why my mood might be a little bit down or whatever, but I am here because I enjoy doing this. Is what I do. And Chairman Mom would want me to do this anyway. And we're going to go out and spend some time with her. The last word we got this morning from her nurse is that her vitals has stabilized, because at some point it was saying it was no bueno, but her vitals has stabilized and she's doing as well as can be expected. She is unconscious because she's got all kind of stuff breathing for her and doing this for her. So, you know, typically in a situation like that, they don't want you to wake up. They want you to sleep, let your body build its strength back up, and then they'll start to revive you or to bring you back to consciousness. So it was very emotional. Just imagine this is the mother, the vessel that you came into this world. But you know, the good thing about me is I give people their flowers right now. And I don't really have any regrets. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very expressive kind of person with the people that I'm close with. So she already knows. She already knows how I feel about her, and she's well aware, and I'm well aware of how she feels about me. So I don't have any regrets in that way. But it's a very interesting feeling. It's very interesting. Life is nothing more than just one just experience after another. It's a very interesting experience when you're standing over your mother, the vessel that you came into this world. You got all these memories of your early years and your upbringing, and she was so instrumental in that. There's so much about me that I get from her to this day. She was a great mother. She wasn't perfect, but she was a great mother. I wasn't abused. I wasn't emotionally abused. I wasn't sexually abused. I was never neglected. She was working. She was a working class woman, right? She was not far from wealthy. Far from wealthy. We spent a lot of time on welfare, especially when my little brothers and sisters came. But um, hardworking, intelligent woman with a real thirst of knowledge. Went back to school late in years to get her to college degrees because she wanted that knowledge. She wanted it. And so it's very difficult when you're standing over that person and you like have all these conflicted emotions. It's very, very emotional, very emotional. But it is part of life. Everything that lives will die. Every last one of you, me, wifey, children, everybody you knows, that is the circle of life. That's the bargain that you make. You get a chance to enjoy. That's why at this point in my life I enjoy it to the absolute fullest. Like I literally get up every day and do exactly what I want to do all day, every day. And of course, I got responsibilities like everyone else, but I live life to the fullest. Absolutely, because it is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. Getting a call from Virginia. Okay. Not even sure who this is. Hold on one second here. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey Nate, how you doing, brother?
Hey, what's going on? Who am
Hey,
I
this is
speaking with?
Keith. Look, this is Keith
Hey,
Moore.
hey, what up, Keith?
All right, look, I heard yesterday on this other show what the meaning of SOHCAHTOA was. It's a trigonometry term for sine, cosine, tangent. Trying to teach them opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. Definitely a very misguided way to do it with the hairdresser and all of that, but that's what it is.
Okay, so we were talking about the teacher in California, and you're saying she kept saying
Right.
Sakatoa or something like that.
SOHCAHTOA, yeah, it's sine, cosine, tangent. Sine, which is it's a trigonometry term. It's kind of like Roy B. Uh, uh,
Be good.
yeah. Red,
Right.
orange, yellow. For the color spectrum. So
Okay.
yeah. So
So is it connected to like indigenous people or anything like that, or is it
no, it's not, and that's why I say it was very damn well misguided.
okay?
But she could have she could have did it another way. But yeah, definitely she is definitely out of line, brother.
Okay. Okay, Keith. Appreciate it.
All right.
Take it
Okay,
easy.
no problem, brother.
Yeah,
Peace.
it's Keith. I
All
didn't
right.
recognize the number, but that's okay. You don't always recognize numbers. Yeah, so yesterday we was talking about this white math teacher that was doing an imitation of Native Americans, complete with a cardboard headdressing. And it was crazy. She kept dancing around to my Sakatoa, Sakatoa. So he's saying that was sort of like um used to teach people about math problem or math principles or things like that, which that came up on the show yesterday. And so like I said, as the show ended, I'm like, well, maybe she had good intent, but the impact and the delivery was all wrong. You know what I'm saying? Maybe her intent was good. She was trying to teach them and impress upon them some math principles, but the way she decided to go about it was all wrong. All wrong. Check this t-shirt out, man. Look at this state of emergency on trauma. I'll say it again. I've seen nobody in my on my radar screen that is doing what Ron Hummons is doing in terms of talking about the impact of trauma and what he's trying to do on a state level and perhaps even beyond that. He called into the show this week and said they've opened a chapter in California. And what I would tell people to do is go to ohiostateofemergency.com and just read for yourself. Read for yourself, decide whether you think it's a worthy cause. And if you think it's a worthy cause, then support in some way, shape, or form. It could be as simple as sending a letter to your representative, letting them know that you're aware of his bill and that you think it's a good idea. It could be making a donation. It could be volunteering. I don't know. It could be you want to join the team. They had an event. It was last year they had an event. The wife, my daughter and I went to it, and it was out in front of City Hall on the steps. I actually spoke there, but it wasn't about me. It was about them. Just kind of talking about my own experiences with people close to me who have been victims of trauma. And I agree with it. I think that it's the right way to process what we're seeing in the streets that I don't hear enough about. So props to Ron Hummins and his team with that. I hope they're successful. From what I understand, and I'm not saying I'm an expert on all of it, but from what I understand, I think it's 100% on point, and I hope they're successful. In fact, you're going to hear more ads next week, but you're going to hear and see an ad for it or a promo for it. And again, if that compels you to action, go right ahead. Also, remember we talked to Rosemary's Babies. I just want to remind you that they're doing a fund right now because she's trying to open up a building in Avondale, and it's just so many great causes out there right now, right? That we've got a chance to help spread the word about. And she's getting some pushback, and she's trying to raise, I think it's like $1 million. I think she's trying to raise so they can do the renovations. See you later, babe. Love you. It's my daughter. And so they're trying to get the renovations and the money up. And I've yet to make my donation, Rosemary. I'm 100% real. I will do that between now and Monday. I tried to do it, and then I thought my credit card was in the system. It wasn't. I'll take care of it. I'm a man of my word. I support. I do what I'm saying I'm going to do. I say I'm going to do it. It's going to be done. You can take it to the bank. So then, again, tap back into what she's doing with Rosemary's Babies Company. You go to the website and look at it for yourself, and you decide whether it's a worthy cause. And if so, maybe you want to help out in some way. And I would say no dollar amount is too small. It's never too small. It's never too small. It all helps. And then you got Toylan O'Neill as well, and what she's doing with is it called Roma? I believe it is, the Robert O'Neill Multicultural Arts Center down there on Lynn Street. I just love the idea. Hope they're successful with that, and they're embarking on their campaign as well. So, like I said, I want to say this again, man. I mean, I got the benefit because this is what I do. I want to know what's going on, of knowing about a lot of things that people are doing here in the city of Cincinnati. I'll say it again. I think the future looks bright. I think the future of Cincinnati is very bright for Black folks and creative folks. Could be. But there's a lot of good energy, a lot of seeds are being planted. And like I said, we Cincinnati gonna mess around and be a big old, gonna be one of those cities with a big old bright star and a happy face next to it. Potentially in the next 10, 15 years, as it relates to people that look like us. We have that potential. There's only one way to go, and that's up. That's only one way to go, and that's up. But again, I told you about Chairman Mom, family over everything. Family over everything. Nothing means more than family. Nothing means more. And give people their flowers right now. You know what I'm saying? Let them know how you feel. Anybody that knows me, I'm that dude. I'll tell you in a second. I don't play no games like that. I'll let you know. Love what you're doing, bro. Love what you're doing, sis. Keep it up. I got nothing but positivity to spread to the community. Nothing more than that. I'm not one of these people that's on Facebook. We talked about this earlier in the day, leaving dumbass messages. I don't have time for that. I don't understand. When I see that, it just blows my mind. I'm like, really? You got time for this? That's small. I don't have time for that kind of stuff. Usually I'm spreading some positivity or some information or raising awareness about the show. That's just me. Now you do you do you, boo. That's just me. That's just me. Good morning to you. Again, 513-873-7134. Anybody get a chance to see that Biden conference? He had a big old CNN town hall. I saw some of it last night. I want to say this again. There's no Drop's going to call in with his daily diatribe about Black not Democrats. So let me beat him to it. Biden's got a long way to go. Voters don't want to hear about Christian cinema, and they don't want to hear about no Joe Manchin in West Virginia. Voters want to see results, and he's got to deliver results. He's got to deliver. And the Republican Party is masters of being out of power. They are masters of it. They are masters of trying to make Democrat presidents look bad. They are masters of it. And they are masters of gridlock. They are masters, absolute masters at gridlock. And gridlock benefits the party that is out of power. And by out of power, I mean out of the White House. Gridlock benefits the party that is out of power. And the Republican Party, they're masters at it. So Biden better get something done. He needs to get to the choppers, man. Get to the choppers. Tanika Rice, good morning, Nate and Choppers. Sharp Rice, TGIF, Nate and Choppers. Ray Rice, good risings all. And prayers to you and your family, Nate. I appreciate it. It means a whole lot. Thank you so much. But God's will be done. God's will be done, whatever that is. And I'm comfortable with that. You know, I want my chairman mom to be here with me forever. You already know, but I'm not God. I don't make those decisions. I'm just a speck of dust in the universe. I have no power, no say so. So I'm comfortable with that. You know, no matter what happens, I'm comfortable. If in fact she makes a transition, I want it to be peaceful. But the way I look at it is that if that happens, she's just doing something that's going to happen to me. It's going to happen to each and every one of you. So on some levels, I mean, if you believe in a just afterlife, she may be in a better place if in fact that happens. And I don't wish that. I want her here, right here. I want to be able to touch her and all that kind of stuff. Talking about my chairman mom, my mother. I call her that because she was a dictator growing up, but she was a benevolent dictator. She was. She was a dictator, though. She would crack that whip, literally. But I love her for it. It helped to make me and shape me into the human being that you see before you today. And I love me some Nathan. You already know. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Let me throw my number up on the screen again. So just take my situation as just an example to remind you of what you already know, which is family over everything. Embrace the people close to you. Love them. Stop with the dumb shit. If you don't dumb, excuse me. Lord, forgive me for a blast deliver me. Stop with the dumb ish. These little petty grievances and families. Let all that ish go, man, and embrace your family and them, your people and them. Because if something happen, you're going to have a long face. You be sitting around wishing I did this and I should have did that. Just do it. Just do it. Get over these little, I know how it is in family because I got some too. These little petty grievances back and forth. I ain't going to talk to this person because they did this to me a long time ago. Okay. You know, just be willing to deal with them consequences if you get that call. Joe Rice, Grand Risings, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you, Joe. Good to see you, brother, as always. Thank you for being here. Brandy writes, greetings. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. Good morning to you. Yo writes, good morning. Happy Friday. What's up, yo? Anthony writes, morning, chomps. Good morning to you. Tiffany writes, good morning, all. I didn't get a chance to watch any of it. I'm very, very curious, but I know WCET, they hosted a mayoral forum or debate last night. Anybody get a chance to watch it? Was there anything of interest that we should be talking about? I'd like to know. This election season hasn't really, I don't know what I was expecting. I want to feel like I'm disappointed by it. I felt like there should be more energy, but maybe I've got the wrong expectations for an election like this. Like, are people in your world talking about the election? I'm just curious. This don't have to be no long current because it's a Friday. I got other things I want to talk about, but are people in your world like paying attention to and talking about the election, or is this going to be a last minute decision? I'd like to know. Angela Johnson Orr writes, TGIF, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you, Angela. Anthony's got the right attitude. He writes, like and share, fam. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Maxine writes, great grand risings to the righteous seekers. Good morning to you. Brenda writes, good morning from Fairfield. Naisha's in the house. She writes, good morning. Good to see you, Naisha. Nat writes, TGIF Choppers. Good morning to you. Crystal Wheelwright. Yeah, I got it right. Yeah, look up. We level it up. Good morning, Nate and the Choppers. It's all my fault, Chris. I'm trying to get it right. Brian writes, good morning, hashtag GSW. What they win a game? They are a whole 2-0, huh? Wow, they are 2-0. Wow. Stephen A. Smith says it's going to be GSW and the Lakers. We'll see. The Lakers play tonight. I don't know. It's just entertainment. I'll tell you who I love watching is LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball. Give it up to LeVar Ball. That brother, man, is the Joe Jackson of the NBA. He got 3 sons in the NBA. 2 were lottery picks. That means top 10. His other boy is in the G League. That's impressive, man. That's impressive. He should write a book on how to get the best athlete out of your children. Sometimes it's just in them, though. TNT writes, good morning. Gladys writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Beautiful Friday. Glenn writes, morning, Nate and the Choppers. Hashtag flows, ready to eat for everybody. Ready to attack like Mike Tyson with his license back. David writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Get to the chopper!
Crystal writes, that's called walking by faith. Yeah, it was just, it's so amazing. I like to think that I'm a very empathetic person. That's part of what makes me good. Part of what makes me good at what I do is I care about what I talk about. I care about it. You know what I'm saying? I care about other people, quite honestly. I care about the world being a better place. I care about things being better for Black and brown folks, especially. You already know. But I like to believe I'm empathetic, like I can put myself on other people's shoes. But as I was watching the boss event, it's just some things are just foreign to me. And I'm like, why haven't I ever felt this way? I don't think I've ever felt imposter syndrome. Now, I have felt like, can I do this? I have felt that before. I think that's pretty normal. But I've never felt like I couldn't do something. Like I've never seen a man do something I can't do. And I don't care what it is. I've never seen a man do something that I can't do if I chose to do it. Right? That's always been my attitude. And to me, you are what you do. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be I got a partner and I got nothing respect for. He might be watching right now. He was working in the nonprofit world, that left. Now he's working as a creative. And that's what he's doing because he's doing it. If there's something that you want to do, decide what it is and then do it. And then you are it, period. So I've never understood that mentality, but maybe it's a gender thing or maybe it's just an individual thing. I'm sure there's many men out there that have felt like imposter syndrome, which is kind of like, oh, they're going to come in here and find out I'm not really what I'm fronting to be. I did feel like, and I said it before, I do remember my first days in commercial radio. Because when you step up to commercial radio, you had this feeling like, oh, this is different. Like this is the big time, right? Whether it is or not. And I do remember feeling like, well, who am I? Why should people listen to me? But that's when you just get deep in your bag and you figure out who you are and what you have to share with the world. That didn't stay around too long. That went away real quick. But again, if you haven't seen it, when you see this or you see an opportunity to check it out, it's worth your time. And in particular, if you got some young Black women in your life, they should most definitely check it out. Most definitely. It's very interesting. Learned a lot. Regina writes, good morning. Happy Friday. Good morning to you. Let me see. Your rights. Be nice. We need you here. Oh boy. Don't get put in Facebook jail because Facebook is complete hypocrites. I was just talking to somebody yesterday about that. Complete hypocrites. They do all kind of F-ish. And then when somebody use the N-word or you the B-word, they want to block you off Facebook for a week. Huh? What? Hilarious. Sean is in the house. He writes, good morning, King Nate and the Mighty Chopper. Hey, good morning to you, brother. Thank you for being here. Kush writes, good morning, Nate and the Mighty Choppers. So we're going to be going back out to be with my mother by bedside. I didn't want to leave her yesterday because I'm holding her hand. I can feel her heat. I know she's still alive. And you get this feeling like you don't want to walk away, then something happens. But as I said, these things are out of my hand. But, okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Glenn. Oh, thank you all the well wishes. Yeah. That's the circle of life, man. You never want to hear about it. Most definitely. You never want to hear about it, but that is the circle of life. It is what it is. We all going through it. You've had family members. You will have family members. I don't wish anything negative on you at all. It's just the truth. Kush writes, prayers to you and your family. Thank you so much. Very emotional. You could tell I'm emotional right now, trying to hold it all in. Kinda. I'm pretty good. Micah writes, praying for you and your family. Appreciate you. Oh, absolutely. Most def. Appreciate all the prayers. I hope Chairman Mom will pull through, brother. I do too. But she older. She got that 7 in front of her number, and she ain't in the best shape. You know what I'm saying? And she don't eat the best, despite my best efforts and the family's best efforts. But I did the same thing with my grandmother. You can't tell no older Black woman what to do and what to eat. You can only help. You can only make suggestions. And we tried it all. Like she said, give me this. We're gonna get her what we think she should have because it's healthier. And she look at you like, what? You better get what I asked. You better get that food in here I asked for. I mean, what you gonna do, right? At some point, you got to be comfortable with people's decisions they make for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Maurice writes, she is, not was. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for the prayers. Appreciate it. Angela writes, good morning, Junior. Good morning to you. Maurice writes, my mother passed while I was on the plantation prison. I had to deal with that on my own. Enjoy the time with your mother. Damn, that's tough for you, Maurice, man. I'm not happy to hear that, brother. That's not the situation you want to be in, because you want to be able to, at least see them for the last moment and things like that. Irish writes, good morning, great people. Good morning to you. Yes, absolutely. Good morning to you. People saying well wishes to Junior. Kathy writes, good morning. Maurice writes, that teacher was foul. However, Native Americans, not Aboriginal Indigenous American Indians, but that was still foul. They are not Aboriginal Indigenous American Indians. Well, they was here before the Europeans got here. That's all that really matters, right? They was here before the Europeans got here. Again, as an African American or foundational Black American, or however you want to look at it, we can't get so caught up in our plight that we think that nobody else has ever been oppressed. And in some cases, way more than we have been. Way more. And that's just the truth. TNT race, just in the filibuster to stop the gridlock. I agree, but the Democrats are afraid about, what if we lose power? What about if the Republicans have power? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do and then worry about the future when you get there. Sometimes you got to go that way. Elaine's in the house. Thank you. And Eloise is in the house. Good morning to you. Iris writes, do all you can while you can. Life is precious. Don't I know it? Don't I know it? Darlene writes, happy Friday, Nathan Choppers. Happy Friday to you. Good morning. Jared writes, I just received a campaign ad in the mail depicting Avtab as a car dealer at a casino. Felt like there was at least a tinge of racism in that ad. Really? That's a negative attack ad by David Mann. Yeah, I had heard that there was negative attack ads. I don't watch a lot of local television, so if there's attack ads or ads on local television, I'm probably going to miss it. So I don't really watch a lot of local television at all. In fact, I watch zero local television. Every once in a while, I'll tap in, but it's usually previously recorded, or maybe it's live streamed or something like that on social media. But in terms of watching terrestrial radio, television, I just don't watch it. Could I watch it? I guess I could. I got a Fire Stick. It's got channels on there. But shit, when I'm on Fire Stick, I'm trying to watch the latest movies. You know what I'm saying? Halloween just came out. Just in time for Halloween. I mean, could they stop making these damn movies? Damn it. Like, how many times is Jamie Lee Curtis going to kill Michael Myers? God, dog it. Will this man die? This man is like herpes. He just never goes away. He never goes away. Damn it. Die already. Huh, man. And they're bringing back Chucky, right? You can't get away from this. Jamie Lee Curtis has been killing Michael Myers over and over again for 25 years. Damn it, he should be dead by now. Over and over and over. Jerome writes, TGIF Nate in the Choppers, good morning to you. It is about that time, though, right? It's about Halloween. Damn. When you become an adult, you get so unplugged to certain things. I'm so out of touch with Halloween. Nope. It is what it is. Mikey writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. What's up, Mikey? Oh! Mikey Troll Hater. I hate trolls too. I put something out this week about trolls. I just had enough of it. I was on somebody's page. It was over the weekend. It's good enough for us to reiterate it. I think some people in the audience need to hear it. And there's a lot of trolls out there, and they swear they conscious. You ain't conscious. That ain't witty. That's not intelligent. Some of the ish I hear people and see people saying, we getting distracted. Nobody's getting distracted. It's the silliest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. We getting distracted because people talking about Will and Jada. No, you're getting distracted. Stop projecting. Iona writes, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Iona. Jenny writes, good morning, Nathan and the Choppers. Prayers for you and your family. Thank you so much. Appreciate the kind words. Means a whole lot. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not a sympathy junkie at all. I'm just telling you why I was late to the show and giving you some insights as to what you might be picking up here on the screen. I may not be my normal chipper self. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Prayers to you and your family. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Maurice writes, read the 28 Webster's 1828 Webster's Dictionary, Maurice. Where in the hell would I even find the 1828 Webster's Dictionary? Where would I even find that? I don't even know where I would find that. Jerica's in the house. She writes, "Hola, beautiful black people," and the others too. Yeah, we doing well now. There it is. We leveling up. TNT writes, "I received a negative attack ad in the mail on AvTab 2. Really? I haven't. I don't know if it's there or not. I didn't check the mail in the last 24 hours, so I don't know. I mean, attack ads work. Negative ads work. That's why they do them. I haven't looked at any polls. I know there's polls being done by like the business community here. Nobody's called me to be a part of any polls. Have you been called by any local pollsters asking you about city council or the mayor's race? Nobody's called me. Has anybody called you? I'm curious. When I hear about these polls, it makes me wonder who they're really getting in contact with. But we'll see. You already know how I feel about that. You know what I'm saying? David Mann showed us the kind of leader he is when he walked away, from the people. It wasn't Black Lives Matter. He walked away from the people because he got afraid because people were shouting and yelling. And that says he's never really properly explained that, in my opinion. And then when I hear, and again, in no way am I endorsing AvTab Purival, I'm just giving you my straight thoughts about it. But and then when I hear him in these debates, it's all about we're doing that already. We're doing this already. We're already doing this. We're already doing that. We already got this. We've been did that. Oh, we've been did that. Well, then why do we need you then? If everything's taken care of and everything's perfect and every plan's in place, why do we need you? Oh, we need you because you're 80 and you're going to have younger people on city council. No, boo, that don't make sense to me. I'm sorry. I don't care who it is. You're going to have to learn on the job. I don't care who it is. Krista writes, "I love scary movies. So do me and my daughter. That's one of our passions together. We love sci-fi, all the Marvel. I got a movie buddy. Y'all, I done created a movie buddy. Medium Buddha. She is my movie buddy. She loves the same kind of movies I do. Now, the wifey, she'll watch it, but she's not into the scary stuff. I don't understand how you can watch a movie and then not watch the movie. I don't understand it. Like, we watch a scary movie together. She's going to miss 40% of it because she got to pull the covers up. She don't want to see it. I'm like, it's just a movie. It's hilarious. It's all good because we got our things too. But my daughter and I, we love the scary-ish. I scared the ish out of my daughter when younger. I not made her, but we watched a movie called Clown. Don't ever watch that with young kids. It'll scare the hell out of them. It's called Clown. If you're into scary movies and you like that genre, check it out. Check it out. She wasn't ready for it. I was a bad dad. I admit it. I was a bad dad. To this day, she's like, "Why'd you make me watch that movie? I couldn't sleep for months." Like literally, it was a problem. Don't and never watch Centipede. There's a movie called Centipede. Don't ever watch that movie. And there's a movie called Centipede. Don't ever watch that. And you may not want to watch a movie called Tusk. Don't ever watch that either. But Centipede for sure. Don't ever watch that movie. Don't let kids watch that. I thought I was ready. I'm not ready. It took a long time to get that movie out of my system. Talking about Centipede, you don't want to watch that. I throw it out there because it's Halloween, and those movies are trill, for real. Sarah writes, "Republicans won't flinch if it comes down to getting rid of the filibuster as a means to an end." Exactly, they won't. Tanika writes, "Good morning, Nate in the Choppers. Good morning to you." Jenny writes, "And didn't Jamie Lee Curtis die herself in the last Halloween?" Well, she's back in the latest Halloween. She's died 4 or 5 times already, hasn't she? Everybody's died. They get resurrected. Oh, God, this franchise keeps making money. Now, I remember back in the day when I was younger, I was scared as hell to go outside because of Michael Myers. With that mask and that butcher's knife, I was scared ishless. But now I'm like, Jenny writes, "Just watched Jamie Lee Curtis and her mom, Janet Leigh, in The Fog. Love that movie. That is a classic movie. It is classic." TNT writes, "Yo, I was saying the same thing about Halloween. Is Jamie Lee Curtis in a nursing home trying to kill him? LOL. I was cool, but my people made me watch it. It wasn't bad. Jason's no joke." It's over and over. Stacy's in the house. She writes, "Good morning. All just getting here. Good morning to you, Stacy." Maurice writes, "Look it up on your computer." Okay. I can type in 1828 Webster's Dictionary. Kush writes persuasion polls, right? Is that what it is? Trying to persuade you one way or another. Maxine writes $5 Indian still not righteous for anyone to be oppressed. Huh? I miss my movie partner. It was great having a movie buddy. My son's gonna be my movie buddy too as he gets older. I can already tell. Charles writes, good morning. Lisa writes, Centipede was wild. Centipede is, I wasn't ready for it. Afterward, I was like, why did I watch this movie? I wished I didn't watch it. I wished I didn't watch it. I wish that's one of the movies I wish I could unwatch. I don't need that inside of me. I don't need to see all of that. Kush writes, I don't F with the clowns. Then go see Clown. Clown will scare the bejesus out of you. Well, not scare you. Let's just say check it out for yourself. TNT writes, we had a representative on issue 3 at our executive committee meeting last night. You have to have him on your show. He explains in detail why it's a bad law. Okay, TNT, I'll reach out and maybe we can hook that up for Monday. Absolutely. I'll hook that up for Monday because I want to hear it. I'm no expert on it, but having read it, sat with it, read it, thought about it, as I said a couple days ago, it's a no for me on issue 3. It's a no. I don't like it. I don't like the people behind it. I don't like the vagueness of it. I don't like the fact you got so many issues that are on one ballot issue. I don't like any of it. I don't like none of it. And I don't like Tom Brinkman either. Maxine writes, after a movie has 3 movie sequels, I get bored to stone. Yeah, me too. Charles writes, are you talking about the Human Centipede? That movie was a lot to unpack. Tusk was crazy too, but not as crazy as the Human Centipede. Charles knows what I'm talking about. Tusk is crazy. You'll be sitting there like, what in the hell? Did somebody actually do this in real life? But Centipede, Human Centipede, and there's 2 of them. Don't do it. I'm just taking it from me. Don't do it. Don't do it. You don't need to do it. Kush writes, Human Centipede is disgusting. Yep. Yeah, I'm just telling you. TNT writes, I told you not to watch Human Centipede. That will traumatize you. Please don't say boo to watch it. No, I won't let her watch it. I've already told her don't watch it. No, I won't let her watch that. I made her watch Clown, and she was too young for that. She really was. She talks about it to this day. I might have her come in here one day and talk about it. Her face will go like, from this, you're wrong, Daddy. I was wrong. But Human Centipede, nah. No. You don't want to watch that. Charlie Winburn's in the house. Good morning to you, Charlie Winburn. We were talking about Renewed Community Church and what's going on this Sunday a little bit earlier. We'll be talking about throughout the show. Brian writes, I've never heard of imposter syndrome. I've heard of self-doubt. I think that they are cousins at the very least, if not siblings, self-doubt and imposter syndrome. But it's kind of like, you have people that get into a certain position and then they feel like they don't really deserve to be there, or they feel like other people are looking at them like they don't deserve to be there. And they have this feeling that something's going to happen and people are going to find out that they're just an imposter, that they really can't deliver what they say they can deliver in a position, or they're really not that person. I mean, I've even heard like big time celebrities feel that way. Like they get some success and kind of like, wait a minute, I think I just got lucky. Maybe I'm not that talented. And so they feel like they're an imposter. And again, I've never felt that way, so I can't really get deep into it. TNT writes, big no on issue 3. Anthony writes, voted no on issue 3 myself, Nate. Absolutely. Tracy writes, just watch the trailer. Tracy, don't do it unless you're ready. I wasn't ready for it. That movie scarred me for months. I just couldn't get it out of my head. It's too much human suffering. It's just way too much human suffering. Way. It's too intimate. It's just way too much. I'd recommend it's a no. Stay away from that. Now, for some of you hard-headed, incorrigible types, I just turned you on, right? You like, well, shit, I got to watch this now. I love me some horror. I was the same way. Believe me. I was like, ain't nobody gonna tell me, man, I done seen everything. I grew up with Jason and you name it. Friday the 13th. I've seen it all. Saw. I've seen it all, right? You ain't gonna tell me. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stay away from it. Keisha, and don't watch it. But I don't even know who you can watch it with. You might not even get through the movie, quite honestly. If you're a good-hearted person, well-adjusted person, because I got a little crazy in me. If you're a well-adjusted person, so I was able to get through the movie. And in fact, I think I watched it twice. I'm so hard-headed. Why I do that, right? I'm like, wait a minute. Did I just see what I thought I saw? Rewind, watch it again. Big mistake. Big mistake. Akeem writes, tell Medium Buddha to watch The Violent Heart. She'll thank me later. The Violent Heart. I'm not sure if I've seen that before. D Kid writes, like Stephanie Dumas Summerall, who's Hamilton County Commissioner, who's got, if she runs for re-election, has got a fight on her hands against Christopher Smitherman. Is that who you're talking about? Here's Drop saying exactly what we thought. Biden plays the fool in CNN's town hall clown show. The questions seem designed to give Biden a chance to pump his policy plans, which he did when he could be wrangled to stay on topic. 37% approval. Tracy writes, the scary movie that changed my life as a kid was Amityville Horror. Yeah, as a kid that got me. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. The movie that got me as a kid was a movie called Demons. 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 I was scared to walk home. I watched it at my cousin's house, and they lived about 5 houses down the street. When the movie was over, it was pitch black, dark. It was like, I don't know, 10 o'clock, something like that on a weekend. I was scared to go home. Scared to go home. Jay Rice, Choppers, happy Friday. Enjoy y'all weekend. Absolutely. Absolutely, we will. Maurice Rice, is that the movie, like the movie Worms? People were fed worms and ended up turning into worms from the West down. I've never heard that movie. That sounds crazy to me. Fed worms and then turn into, that sounds crazy. I'm going to go have to look it up. What are you talking about? Worms? Oh, dear Lord. Oh, okay. I don't know what that is. Oh, hold on here. I'm getting a message. So my brothers and sisters are all on a text chat together. That's how we stay communicated when it's something pertinent. And, you know, what's happening is since I'm her eldest son, the responsibility about what happens with my mother care falls on me, right? And my shoulders are big enough for it. They didn't have a last will and testament or power of attorney on file. So as the doctors told me, it falls on the eldest son. And the eldest child. And if the eldest doesn't want it, it falls to the next eldest, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So make sure you got power of attorney and all that kind of stuff, which it probably would come to me anyway. I knew her before all of my siblings did. I'm 7 years older than my brothers and sisters. So I had 7 years with Chairman Mom with her, all to myself. I had all the bosom to me. I had all of the bosoms, had all the love. And then these Negroes came along and took some of the love. Siblings. Right? TNT writes, it's wrong, Tracy. We were trying to save your eyes and your mind. I was mad at the person who made me watch that crap. You talking about Centipede, Human Centipede? How do we get on this? But I'm here for it. I'm okay with it. It was pretty dope, man. We had a good time. Let me see. I got some images here from the event last night. So they showed the video, the documentary, then there was a Q&A afterward, and all the ladies who were in attendance stood up, and the audience asked them questions. I thought it was all good questions. All good questions. A great time. Brandy writes, it was disgusting, beyond horror. Yeah. Absolutely. Somebody writes, did you see that Alec Baldwin actually killed somebody? Yeah, he killed a cinematographer, videographer by accident, I saw. Yeah. It's dangerous on the movie sets. Dangerous on the movie sets, all I can say. That's all it is. Good morning to you. So looking at the time, now we got started late, but we're about an hour into the show. Let me take my first break. Let's take the first break of the show. And just to remind you that you can early vote right now in Hamilton County over at the Hamilton County Board of Elections. You're going to hear some political ads coming up. These are not endorsements. These are political ads. This is a media platform. We're open to Democrats, Republicans, independents, black, white, you name it. New people on council, old people, or recycled council members. We are a media platform. and opened for that. So it's not an endorsement, but give these individuals your ear and, consider what they have to say and then make the best decision for yourself. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Good morning, Choppers. I'm Scotty Johnson, candidate for Cincinnati City Council. Unfortunately, injustice remains in the city of Cincinnati. A remedy for injustice is courageous, bold leadership. I plan on bringing that type of leadership to City Hall. It's time to stop talking about it and to start doing something about it. Disparities have been in Cincinnati far too long. I'm the candidate to address those disparities. Vote Scotty Johnson for Cincinnati City Council.
Paid for by friends of Scotty Johnson.
I'm former Mayor Dwight Tillery asking you to vote for my friend, Michelle Dillingham, who is a Democrat running for Cincinnati City Council. The black population in our city has declined, pushing black homeowners out while speculators purchase their houses for pennies on the dollar. Black people are being foreclosed on because of rigged housing and economic systems.
Michelle Dillingham will fight for you. This is Victoria Strawn. You know me, Sister V. City Council prefers investing in a soccer stadium and gentrifying our historic neighborhoods. Malcolm X said that if you don't own land, you're nothing but a squatter.
Come on, Michelle, talk to the people.
City Council is being sued for discriminatory tax abatement programs that unfairly enrich wealthy white neighborhoods. I know because I've been fighting for reform for years. Isn't it time to elect a candidate who will stand up for the people over special interests? Vote for me, Michelle Dillingham, Democrat for Cincinnati City Council.
Paid for by Dillingham for Council Committee.
This is former Mayor Dwight Tillery, and I'm asking you to vote for Attorney Elizabeth Tye for municipal judge.
At a time like this,
we need Attorney Elizabeth Tye on the bench so that justice can roll down like a mighty stream.
At a time like this.
Now, I'm licensed in Ohio, the federal courts, including the United States Supreme Court, and I know who will make a good judge like Attorney Elizabeth Tye.
At a time like this.
I've known Attorney Elizabeth Tye all of her life, and she believes in equal justice and will make sure those in her courtroom will get a fair trial.
At a time like this.
Attorney Elizabeth Tye is a woman of great integrity, courage, and experience who has built a great law practice. She will be accountable to the people and not go along just to get along.
At a time like this.
I'm Attorney Elizabeth Tye, and I'm asking for your vote for municipal court judge on November 2nd.
Paid for by the committee to elect Democrat Elizabeth Tye for municipal judge.
Good morning, Choppers. I'm Scotty Johnson, candidate for Cincinnati City Council. Unfortunately, injustice remains in the city of Cincinnati. A remedy for injustice is courageous, bold leadership. I plan on bringing that type of leadership to City Hall. It's time to stop talking about it and to start doing something about it. Disparities have been in Cincinnati far too long. I'm the candidate to address those disparities. Vote Scotty Johnson for Cincinnati City Council.
Paid for by friends of Scotty Johnson.
Can't sleep.
It's hard to pay attention in school.
I say mean things.
I keep getting in trouble.
I bully other kids.
I'm just scared.
No one sees my pain.
Sometimes I want to die.
So many of our children are facing trauma, but instead of seeing their pain and fear, we're labeling them bad, troubled, delinquent, or criminal. Let's look beyond their behaviors. Let's get them the help they need by helping them address the trauma they're facing.
Help me feel safe.
See me for more than my behaviors.
Understand that my actions are how I communicate my fears.
For more information, visit www.ohiostateofemergency.com. That's ohiostateofemergency.com.
Good morning, my friends. Welcome back. The good folks over at Renew Community Church are at it again. They got a brand new live stream starting this Sunday. Why do couples cheat and argue? If you tap in, you can learn how to develop wholesome relationships this Sunday at 11:45 a.m. Check it out and share this. When you see this promo on Facebook or social media, please like and in particular share it with folks you think might be into it. You could tap in at about 11:45 a.m. I've been told that things are really going to get starting about 12 noon. So check out Straight Talk with Edna Howe at 10. She'll rock with you from 10 to 11. She's got another fabulous guest scheduled for you. You know, she is always working hard to bring interesting conversations with people that you can get something out of every Sunday morning. Why do couples cheat and argue? That's the $1 million question, isn't it? Again, you can find them on Facebook at Cincy Renew. That's CINCI Renew, RENEW. And on YouTube at Renew Community Church live stream. You can check them out. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're doing well. And again, as I said, don't forget, you can early vote here in Hamilton County up until November the 1st. And of course, Election Day is going to be November the 2nd. Let's switch gears here. Let's talk about this brother right here, man. He's getting everyone's talking about this brother. And the fact that he decided to get married to the woman that he loves. Now, why you care about who he married? And this man is out of Florida. His name is Mike Hoggabook. And he's 61 years old. And he married that woman there. She's 18. Now, she's 18. He married her as soon as she turned 18. And apparently she was his goddaughter. Now, what's a goddaughter? Isn't that where, like, you know, you're friends with a couple, there's no biology, your couple friend has a child, and you become the godfather. So that's kind of like a substitute father. You're a father figure. How you go from godfather to marrying her? And now he's under fire. And people are labeling him as a predator because he married that 18-year-old woman. Her name is Deja Hoggabook. As soon as she turned 18. And apparently the two share family history. And apparently this is very controversial to some folks. I'm looking at a tweet from somebody that the Twitter account is Somebody's Fine Mama. I love that, Somebody's Fine Mama. You guys, this girl is 18 and she just married her godfather who used to date her mom. He's 46 or 47. They have a 2-year-old daughter and he has 3 other kids. He's been dating and grooming her since she was 14. I'm 6 to my stomach. What? So wait a minute, huh? What? He used to date her mama. You used to date her mama and now you're married to her? What in the hell? What? What? I don't understand. Make this compute. But all I know is that she's 18 now. So she's 18, he's 61. I don't know if he's dyeing his hair or not. And again, in no way do I mean this to be any kind of jab or anything, because I never judge another man and I never judge a book by its cover. But I don't think the brother looks too bad to be 61. He could lose a few pounds. Let's be real here. But I don't think he looks too bad to be 61. Especially in that picture on the left there. Hell, they look like they could damn near be the same age. I want to get you, it's a Friday. We ain't got to be extra serious, really, no day. We can talk about what we want to talk about, but I want to get your thoughts about this. This is a perfect Friday conversation, among other things. A perfect Friday conversation. I want to get your thoughts about this. People on the internet are saying this is nasty. This is some more R. Kelly type-ish. I'd like to know. Some people are saying this could be true love. And it could be. Age ain't nothing but I can't even say it. I can't even say it. In a post R. Kelly conviction world, this kind of stuff is frowned upon. But I mean, they're married now. She's 18, so she's legal. Could be true love. She's 17, he's 60. Yeah, she's 17, he's 60. Could be true love. Have you seen this? D Kit writes, he needs to go to be in jail. I think he's actually 55. Is that right? I'm looking at BET, Black Enterprise. They're reporting that he's 61. That's that's strange. I mean, so you were dating her mama. Is there a code against that or something like that? Now, you already know I'm a married man, so I'm not out here in the game like that. But if I was, I don't think this would be my style. I think I'd be looking for something different. I know I'd be looking for something different. When I was 18, would I date women that was 18? Sure, but older women, much better. What in the hell? And there's a screenshot of what appears to be Mike Hoggabook's, I think it's his Facebook page. It seemed like I'm the only nigwa in this town have married a young woman, but since it's me, they got something to talk about. Look like you little girls are jealous of my wife, but keep on promoting us. I love it. That's what he put on his Facebook page a couple of days back. Or I'm not sure when it was, actually. So he's reveling in it. And why would an 18-year-old girl want to be with a 60-year-old man, like, seriously, like that? Like, I see if it's like a sugar daddy type thing, you know what I'm saying? He making sure she living a certain lifestyle. Okay, everybody getting what they want. But again, I think it's possible. Love comes in all kind of shapes and sizes and ages and stuff like that. But I don't know. Now, it's all legal because she 18 now. What can you say? She 18. Does anybody see anything inherently wrong with this? I just want to get your thoughts. Not the most serious topic, but I want to get your thoughts about it. Everybody else talking about it. Let's talk about it here. And to my people out there that love R. Kelly, you probably see no problem with this, right? Because you still love you some R. Kelly. Anthony writes, I couldn't do it. Goddaughter would be just like my real daughter, not my cup of tea. What did her parents say, if anything? That's an excellent question. That's an excellent question. I thought the same thing. Like, where's mom and dad on this? If that was my daughter, we got a problem. We got a major problem. We got a major problem, Mike. Major problem. I don't really think this is going to go that way, Mike. Like, y'all can do what y'all want to do, but we're gonna have some serious conversation before that. My daughter right now is 16, and she come home when she gets 18, talking about she gets 17, talking about she in love with a 60-year-old man. I'm gonna have to meet this man. You know, we're gonna have to meet face to face. I'm not saying anything physical or violent will happen, but we're gonna have to meet face to face. I need to understand some things, and I don't want to hear no BS. Jerome writes, did he break the law? Jerome, as I understand it, he is not under indictment. I don't think there's any charges coming whatsoever. So it appears that he did not break the law. So if it's legal, right? But just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do it. But again, they might be happy, though. Let's look at them, man. I mean, listen, this is black love. This is an example of black love. Don't he look so happy? Look at the cute couple. They newlyweds. You know what I'm saying? When she get 28, he'll be 71. But again, he might do it for her. She might do it for him. And I mean in a sexual, I mean like in a love, emotional kind of way. They might just plug into one another. It could be. It could be. I don't know. This is a little strange to me. Let me go to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Nathan Ivey. This is Damon DJ Stag, man. How you doing? I'm just listening to you talking about you got to meet the man face to face. Dude, gonna end up buried in my basement. If my 18-year-old come home with a 60-year-old, man, I ain't really concerned about what she feeling about it or whatever. Dude, got to go.
Off top, just because of the age difference?
Yes. Like what? Just because he been looking at her for longer than she was 18. And plus, they got a little bitty baby in that picture. So whose baby is that?
In the article I'm reading from Black Enterprise, it reads that they have a child together. They have a 2-year-old daughter.
Turned 18. So that already say that, you know, he broke the law. But, you know, I'm talking about the laws of my house. That can't happen. You got to be in the basement. I'm sorry. I go help look for him too, but he gonna be in the basement. Dead. That's all I had to say about it. I'm sorry.
It's all good, DJ Stain. Thanks for
you
the
have
call,
a wonderful
man.
weekend.
You too, brother.
All right.
Yeah, that's some strong right there. And again, as a father, I don't want to say what I would do because this is recorded. Let's just say that we would have a very strong, a very real serious face-to-face conversation. We have a very serious face-to-face conversation if that's my daughter. Ultimately, though, if she's 18 and my daughter is 16 right now, if she's 18, you never know, but I don't suspect that my daughter would go that way because she got me. She got daddy's love. So I don't suspect, and again, you never know, but I don't suspect that an older man's love is something that she's going to be looking for because she got her father right here. I mean, she got other men in her family that love her as well. I don't suspect it'll be that. But if my daughter's 18 and she comes to me and she says she want to get married to an older dude, I'm immediately I want to get in his chin immediately because I feel like that ain't even fair. 18 and 60, 18 and 50, that ain't even a fair contest. Like the mentality of a man at that age or a human being at that age and what they know about people and how to run people and manipulate people ain't even fair with an 18-year-old. I mean, she's basically defenseless. It's kind of like an eagle versus a caterpillar. The caterpillar has no defense whatsoever. You know, you are way, way, way out of your league. You went way too deep. And if that was my daughter, that's how I would feel. I feel like she's being taken advantage of by a slick talking mofo. That's how I look at it. I can't say whether I don't want to say whether I put my hands on them because she's 16 now. I don't know what might happen and I don't want to catch no cases. So I can't say all of that. All I can say is that we would have a very, very, very serious conversation. And I'm not above being violent when it comes to my daughter, period. I just put it like that. And what they decide to do is what they decide to do. You know what I'm saying? But one thing he would know is wherever he might look at her, when he dealing with me, he dealing with a real one. He would know that for sure. He would never try to F it around me. That's for sure. No matter what he was doing with her, because you can't stop somebody from doing something. My daughter is 18. She want to marry a Confederate statue. I can't stop her. I just picked that example out of the air. Like, okay. I can't stop that. But I want to get your thoughts. I mean, maybe everybody in their feelings, maybe they in love. Maybe they in love, y'all. Y'all know love is strange. Maybe they in love. I don't know. Or maybe he's in lust and she's in too deep because she thinks she knows. But at 18, I mean, at 18, your brain even really develop. Your brain don't develop until 25. The thing about it is, I wouldn't be in favor of my 18-year-old daughter marrying another 18-year-old at 18. Let alone somebody that's 51, 61, 71, or whatever the age might be. I'm not in favor of getting married before you at least 25. I just don't think it's right. You know, it's not good for you. Old photos show Michael holding Deja when she was just a toddler. So apparently there's some photos out there online of him holding her when she was a toddler. What the hell? That is crazy. Let me see if I can tap into this and find these photographs. Yeah, here it is right here. Now, when I show you this photograph, y'all gonna flip the hell out. I'm gonna show it to you though. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm about to show you a photograph side by side of the couple, the happy couple. A modern photograph taken recently after they got married, and a photograph of when she was like 1 or 2 years old. This is some sick ish right here. This is sick, but I don't like it. My blood is starting to boil a little bit. I'll be honest with you. Certain things I just don't like. I don't like to see people getting taken advantage of. Okay, so that's the picture up there right now. So here's the other picture. Look at this. That's the picture of this man holding the woman that is now his wife. Back then, that was his goddaughter when she was a kid. What in the hell? Now, he looks like, what the hell is, he like, he ain't aged a day. He looks exactly the same. Only got a little bit more weight, you know, in the more recent picture. But look at this, y'all. Now, how in the hell do you go from being the godfather of a child to 17, 16 years later, you marrying that child. What in the hell? I'm sorry, man. I don't know. What DJ Stank said is starting to feel like that's the right way to handle things more and more and more. You see this ish right here? Y'all see this? What in the fuck is the what in the freak is going on? What? I just can't believe this. This is what they're doing out here these days? Oh, dear Lord. Dear Lord. Oh, my God. Lord, forgive them for what they do. There it is. I can say my little prayers there. That's I don't know. I just don't see it. I just don't see how you could even think about that being. I don't see it. Oh my God. And then I'm looking at a post right now for where the young woman, her name is Deja, apparently either she ran away or she was missing for a little while a few years back when she was 14 years old. And the man who's now her husband, Mike Hoggabook, he posted online, actions for the community help. If anybody see my goddaughter, please contact me or her mother. She's 14 years old and need to be found fast. Time is of the essence. Thank you very much. And oh my God, this is just getting worse and worse and worse. Maybe, I don't know, but here's an image of the happy family. Apparently, he's got 3 kids with another woman. They got a 2-year-old together. Want to see the family image of all them together? Okay. I mean, they legal now, so it's just conversation on people have it on Instagram and on social media. I mean, it is what it is, but oh my gosh, this is what we doing. You couldn't find nobody else, bro. Like the only woman in the world you wanted to marry was your damn goddaughter. I think he's our Kelly fan. Look at this. Happy family, right? Happy family. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, my God. Janice writes, he turned her out. She's a victim of child abuse, could be. D Kiss writes, see if you can get him on the show. Okay, I'll reach out. I'm a man of my word. I'll reach out after the show today. Dill writes, I feel bad when the age difference is 20 years and we're both adults. In my mind, I'm thinking, what are her parents going to think of me? Absolutely. Terry writes, he's been sleeping with that baby. Deborah writes, Beyonce was the same when Jay-Z started trying to get with her, and he's 12 years older than she is. Oh, man. Nat writes, what state did this happen in? Had to be Kentucky. I believe they're in Florida. Gladys writes, to hear the young lady talk, she is totally brainwashed. Deborah writes, are those their children? 3 children are his with another woman. They have 1 child, a 2-year-old together. Alicia writes, those kids don't look happy at all. You know, it's funny because I thought the same thing. Let me get closer. I mean, for the children's sake, I hope they in a happy home. That's all I can say. For the children's sake, I hope. I mean, because grown folks do what they want to do. You know, grown folks put themselves in situations. It is what it is, grown folks. Janice writes, he's a buster. Fame writes, can't pick and choose which non-traditional relations you leave. Wait. He writes, can't pick and choose which non-traditional relationships leave you disgusted. This May December relationship is as awful as any gay relationship. Huh? What? Huh? Nat writes, the age of consent is 18 in Florida, though. Marcia writes, good morning, Nathan Choppers. Good morning to you. Jerome writes, she was the babysitter. TNT writes, it's one thing to be significantly older, but to have a lifelong relationship and be considered a father figure, that's betrayal and pedophilia. It is a betrayal. I mean, just because you want something don't mean you supposed to have it. Where is the damn self-control these days? Marisha writes, they both need therapy. Poor girl, she must have some money. Glenn writes, 3 kids with another woman, and now he's married to an 18-year-old with a 2-year-old child. What in the entire F is going on? I blame Ron DeSantis down there in Florida. You know, he's the governor. Not really. Jerome writes, he's got one up on R. Kelly. He liked them when they babies. I just don't get it. Alicia writes, is it a relationship of 2 equals? How could it be? She's 18. He's 61. There's no way it could be. That's what the... Jerica writes, from what I read, her parents were drug addicts, making her that more vulnerable to a predator like this man. Just because she's 18 means nothing. That's right. That's why mom and dad, being on them drugs, there's been a lot of kids that fell into a trap because mom and dad was caught up in the game and drugs and couldn't really be parents. It's terrible. Deborah writes, it's awful, but girls get married younger. Brenda writes, age ain't nothing but a number. What in the hell? Dwayne's in the house. What's up, D Wizzle? He writes, he used to change her diapers. WTF, right. It's just some things could never be. I just don't understand the mentality. I just don't get it. Terry writes, he dead wrong. Nat writes, dude need his ass beat. Perhaps he does. He might really need that. I can't say you're wrong about that. Deborah writes, can we talk about how this used to be the norm on this planet? Man, was those the good old days or the bad old days? Was those the good old days? And you're right, used to be, not anymore. Let's go to the phones. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Ivey. This is your West Side Connection, the one and only Drop Squad 52, also known as the Black, not Democrat. How you doing on this fine Friday?
I'm doing excellent, sir. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Ivey. I was reading something in the chat. I hope everything goes well with whatever's going on with your family. And just the fact that you're on the show today just shows the level of your professionalism and your dedication to your craft and what you do. So I hope everything works out for you and the family. Now, Mr. Ivey, I told you a couple weeks ago, if you'd allow me, I would do my weekly update of the Real Clear Politics average of polls of our current 46th president.
Did I agree to that? I don't remember agreeing to that.
I think you did.
Huh.
Because you didn't stop me. You let me read.
Why'd I do that?
The 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only 5. It's only 5 categories.
Okay, go right ahead, sir.
Okay, Real Clear Politics. President Biden's current job approval average is 42.8. His approval on the economy is 41.6. His approval for his foreign policy is 38.7%. His approval on immigration is 32.1%. And the American people feel at 60.8% that the country is headed in the wrong direction. So I just wanted to get that in this morning, Mr. Ivey. I hear you're talking about very important issues.
Why did you want to get that in this morning?
Because I really think that when I call in sometimes and I hold my president accountable, you always say, well, you never mentioned anything about President Trump.
You did
when he was president.
You didn't.
Yeah, right. Because what did I talk about when he was president? I talked about the positive things he was doing, right?
Right. You focus on the positive.
Right. So I'm just wondering, I haven't heard, maybe I missed something. I don't hear many people talk about the positive things that the president and the president that they voted for is doing. I just don't hear it. So maybe there's an enthusiastic or an excited voter in the chop shop who's willing to call in and tell me that I'm wrong or tell me that these poll numbers are wrong, because these are just average numbers. So if he's got an average of 41% for handling the economy, it's some people that think it's worse than that. And obviously some people that think it's better. But that's all I'm saying, Mr. Ivey. I don't hear, it's 10 months. He's been president for 10 months. He's almost at a year. So I don't know. Maybe what? Is everybody waiting to see what kind of bill comes out of reconciliation? Is it 2 trillion? Is it 3 trillion? Is it 1 trillion? I don't know. Maybe the voters will be happy after that happens. We'll just have to wait and see. But up to this point, I haven't heard a lot of positive reinforcement from people calling in saying support the president, don't abandon him at this point, stick with him, have faith. I ain't heard none of that.
Because a lot of people are more objective about Joe Biden than you ever were about Trump.
Well, I'm one person, okay? Yeah. I'm sure you have a lot of people listening to your show, Mr. Ivey, and right. You have at least 5 to 6 people that call in, whether it be, I mean, maybe they only call in after they follow my call, yeah, but
I just explained it to you.
It's people out there that supported Joe Biden and the Democrats.
Right. And they,
11
and
months
like
ago.
I said, Rob, maybe part of the reason why you're hearing that with the audience on this show is because people are more objective about Joe Biden than you were about Trump. Because like you said, no matter what Trump did, right, wrong, or whatever, you focus on the positive. And a lot of people can be more, even though they voted for Joe Biden, they can objectively critique him, good and bad. And that's not something that you ever demonstrated when it came to Trump.
But I haven't heard it from any of the callers or listeners to the show, Mr. Ivey. I haven't heard what you just described.
Well, you did hear that. You heard it with Trump. You heard people talk about a lot of the dumb stuff that Trump did. But when Trump did something that
but nobody's talking about the dumb stuff that Biden is doing.
Yeah, they are. You just said it. They are talking about the dumb stuff. There's plenty of people in here that criticize Biden all the time.
I have. Well, okay, all right. Well, yeah. you know the people that I'm talking about.
Well, I mean,
okay?
I'm just saying.
Because I can name names.
No need to do that.
Which I think would be appropriate. Kev on the cell has not said anything positive that Biden is doing. Glenn from Mason has not said anything positive that Biden is doing. Donita hasn't. Durrell hasn't. Brian hasn't. TNT hasn't.
Right. And you never said anything negative about what Trump did. So how are you any different?
Trump is not president now.
I'm talking
Mr.
about
Ivey.
when he was president. You never said anything negative about what that man did.
Okay, but we're 11 months in.
I know.
I mean, every time I bring up something, every time I hold my current president accountable, which happens to not be in my party,
right?
Which I did not vote for him, but he is still my president.
Right, but your energy has changed.
I'm not entitled to hold him accountable?
You are, but you also, the audience is entitled to critique you on the way you've conducted yourself and the energy you bring. That's all I'm saying. Your energy is changed.
but
it's not consistent.
I can't discuss Trump. He's not president.
We're not really discussing Trump. We're discussing the way you talked about Trump.
Yes, you know, you keep saying, when I talk about current events, holding my current president accountable, instead of talking about the things that I'm saying about his accountability,
that's not
true. You want to talk about Trump.
That's not always true. I'm not talking about Trump. I'm talking about you. You're trying to say you're talking about Trump to try to like make it seem like there's no merit in it.
I'm talking about my current president
and how your energy has changed. And there have been times
you
when
don't
you
like
called
my
in
energy?
And you critique Biden, and I, as the host, say, you know what, he's got a point. He's right about that. It's happened many, many times. Because I can be more objective about this than you can be, which circles back around to my point.
Yes, but yes, you can, because you've always been that way. I'm talking about the callers, Mr. Ivey. I'm not talking about you per se, other than the fact, because obviously if I'm talking to you on the phone, no one else can respond until I hang up. But when I talk to you and I hold my president accountable, instead of you saying, oh, okay, drop, well, let's take a look at his immigration policy. You'll say, well, you ain't saying nothing about Trump when he was there.
Because you didn't.
You totally gloss over, but you don't address the issues that I'm holding my president accountable.
When you talked about the Haitians, because you were talking about it maybe 2 or 3 days before I started talking about it. When you talked about the Haitians, almost everything in critique that you said, I said as well. I said the same thing.
I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one, Mr. Ivey.
We had a guest on. We had a brother
again,
came on. He talked about, he broke it down very eloquently as to the Haitian-American relationship, the history of it was super interesting. You were right in that.
Yes. And
however, I'm also
true.
right when I say that your energy is not consistent. That's all.
Okay, well, either way it goes, you know my energy be on point. Whether I'm doing what I'm doing now under the Biden administration or what I did during the Trump administration.
Oh no, during the Trump administration, you was just, your lips was firmly on his ass cheeks. You just couldn't get your lips off his ass cheeks when he was in office.
But I did not stop calling your show. I didn't run from anything, Mr. Ivey, and you know it.
You did.
You know I didn't. Okay, see, I got to hang up. I got to hang up because I know you're getting at the top of the hour.
I am.
And I don't know how long your show's going to last today.
We'll go to 9:30.
I just want to say, okay, but again, Mr. Ivey, maybe there's one person of all the callers that I listed that has said something bad, and that's John from Florida, a.k.a. Zorro. So maybe John is listening right now, and he'll call in and co-sign for me,
which he rarely does. Very critical of Biden. You know, there's a lot of critiques.
Yeah, John has been.
There's a lot of people in this room that are critical of Biden. There's a lot of people in this room that didn't vote for Biden. Quite honestly, they didn't vote for Biden. They were telling us don't vote for Biden.
Well, according to you, maybe they're just being objective, I guess. Well,
I think they are. I think, like I said, I think there's people that are more objective about this than you are. Like, you're a straight up Republican, period. You ain't gonna never say nothing negative about the Republican Party or the Republican candidate. And like I said, whoever the Republican candidate is, you're gonna vote for him, period.
Don't get me started on Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why the whole Black not Democrat thing is a bunch of BS.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Because you're telling people to get off the Democrat plantation, but you're firmly on the Republican plantation. You're just as bad. You know better.
The Republicans, okay, all right. See, again, bro, you are an excellent host.
Thank you.
And I notice what you do, and I ain't falling victim to it again today. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna say it's Friday. I ain't got no job. That's right. I'm retired. Y'all have a safe weekend in them streets in Cincinnati. Drop Squad 52. I'm out.
Oh, no dropping science. Okay. I'm retired. I ain't got no job. I'm just having fun with you, Drop. But I want my brother to be on point. Okay, I know this is your job. You're going to let us know about the poll numbers, and you should. The poll numbers are real. I was reading about them this morning. Joe Biden deserves all of it because he's not doing enough. Whether it's real or perceived, that's the perception. Perception's reality. He ain't doing enough. And he going to F around and lose the black base. The Democrats are going to lose seats in 2022, and he's going to lose the White House in 2024. That's what it looks like right now. That's what it's looking like. And unless they turn this around and start producing, nothing's going to stop that. You better. He might be talking about new stimulus, but to get that money out there, something better happen. Let me see. Glenn writes, he sounds lonely as hell. Hell, Blue Drop's not lonely. D Kit writes, and we still support Biden. Oh my God. Gladys writes, Drop has Bannon in his basement. Does he? Glenn writes, Drop messed up the whole floor of the show. No, he didn't. We can always get back into the show. It's real simple. We're talking about this right here. Little departure. You already know. Drip, drip. Y'all funny, man. But I want to get your thought. Hang up on that clown, somebody writes. We don't think like you. Oh, that's hilarious. Good morning to you. Listen, if you want to share your thoughts this morning, 513-873-7134. I throw my number on the screen. We're talking about this situation right here. I want to get your thoughts about it. Like, what if that was your daughter? If that was your daughter, let me talk to the men out there. You're the father of this little girl. You gonna let this go down? Can you stop a marriage from happening? Can you stop somebody from getting married? Is that even possible? You tell me, 513-873-7134. And while you ponder these great issues of the day, I'm going to slip into a break. Want to remind you that you can early vote here in Hamilton County over at the Hamilton County Board of Elections. We'll take just a couple of minutes away and come right back to the conversation. Please like and share this show. I appreciate you. I appreciate all my patrons. Asia, if you're listening, I appreciate you for your patronage. I appreciate she stepped up her level. It means everything. As I said, as we go into 2022, I just want to move what we're doing forward. I want to push us forward and have a real impact in our community. But I'll tell you more about it very, very shortly. And my patrons, I'll tell you first. I've already been telling you. All right. So check out your Patreon feed. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Former Mayor Dwight Tillery, and I'm asking you to vote for Attorney Elizabeth Tye for municipal judge.
At a time like this,
we need Attorney Elizabeth Tye on the bench so that justice can roll down like a mighty stream.
At a time like this.
Now, I'm licensed in Ohio, the federal courts, including the United States Supreme Court, and I know who will make a good judge like Attorney Elizabeth Tye.
At a time like this.
I've known Attorney Elizabeth Tye all of her life, and she believes in equal justice and will make sure those in her courtroom will get a fair trial.
At a time like this.
Attorney Elizabeth Tye is a woman of great integrity, courage, and experience who has built a great law practice. She will be accountable to the people and not go along just to get along.
At a time like this.
I'm Attorney Elizabeth Tye, and I'm asking for your vote for municipal court judge on November 2nd.
Paid for by the committee to elect Democrat Elizabeth Tye for municipal judge.
Good morning, Choppers. I'm Scotty Johnson, candidate for Cincinnati City Council. Unfortunately, injustice remains in the city of Cincinnati. A remedy for injustice is courageous, bold leadership. I plan on bringing that type of leadership to City Hall. It's time to stop talking about it and to start doing something about it. Disparities have been in Cincinnati far too long. I'm the candidate to address those disparities. Vote Scotty Johnson for Cincinnati City Council.
Paid for by friends of Scotty Johnson.
Can't sleep.
It's hard to pay attention in school.
I say mean things.
I keep getting in trouble.
I bully other kids.
I'm just scared.
No one sees my pain.
Sometimes I want to die.
So many of our children are facing trauma, but instead of seeing their pain and fear, we're labeling them bad, troubled, delinquent, or criminal. Let's look beyond their behaviors. Let's get them the help they need by helping them address the trauma they're facing.
Help me feel safe.
See me for more than my behaviors.
Understand that my actions are how I communicate my fears.
For more information, visit www.ohiostateofemergency.com. That's ohiostateofemergency.com.
Morning, everybody. Want to remind you of a live stream event happening this Sunday at 11:45 a.m. Why do couples cheat and argue? I know, right? Age-old question. Man, if I had the answer to that, boy, I'd be worth about $100 million. That's a $100 million question right there. Why do couples cheat and argue? Learn how to develop wholesome relationships. Good morning to you. Good morning. Let's get back into it, shall we? My friends over at Cincy Renew Community Church are at it again. Good morning to you. If you're on the line, caller, stay on the line. I come straight to you. This is a live stream event at 11:45 a.m. You can check it out. I've been told that the conversation is really going to start about 12 noon. Just so you know, you can tap in on Facebook at Cincy Renew, CINCI. Not with a Y, CINCI, Renew. Also, Renew Community Church live stream on YouTube. Appreciate you. Good morning. Check that out. Sure, it's going to be interesting. Good morning, and to all of my patrons and all the sponsors, folks we work with right now. I appreciate your business. It means everything. We got some brand new, exciting sponsors that are coming in the next couple of weeks as well. There's some really dope products that you might be interested. Could be a gift. I mean, Christmas around the corner. Could be a gift for her. Could be a gift for him. Could be a gift for her. Could be a gift for him. So stay plugged in. Let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Nathan.
Hello. Hello, Maze.
It's Maze. So you always got to come with a raincoat for Drop. Now, Drop was complaining about this president that he have now. Not the one that was in the past, and he complains about the one before that one. He always got something to say about Obama, too, but he just always skip over the one that he loves so dearly. What's wrong with that picture? He always want to fit in, to want somebody to agree with him. That's stuff children do. You don't have to have anybody agree with your opinion. Just have your opinion and skip on down with the umbrella and stop dropping stuff. And then we want to get along with what's happening on January the 6th. Drop had nothing to say about that. I guess he agree with it. And then you always want to come in here with numbers from the rag papers that he pull out. Look at Stacey Dash. Look at Candace Owens. All of them running around like a henny penny, like the sky is falling. There's time to see a change, just like he was talking about the governor out in California. What did I tell you? That man was going to keep his job, didn't I? Had nothing else to say about him, because his little party wanted to get rid of something. So tell him to count and keep his numbers and keep counting them, and wait until the end comes, and then we'll have our say then. Stop being like a child, drop, stop dropping. My umbrella is always up. Have a good one.
Have a good one. I appreciate it. Said drop. Raindrops. Drops. It's like the Migos song, right? It's like a chorus to a Migos song. Raindrops. Drop. Mixing up pot. I get it. Good morning to you. 513-873-7134. Maze ain't giving him no room to breathe whatsoever. Not even a little bit of. Can I get a little bit of room? Just a little bit more? Did anybody watch the WCET mayoral debate last night? If so, I want to get your thoughts about it. I didn't get a chance to watch any of it. I'm just very curious, the different types of questions and a perspective that people bring to the game. And I think it's great. It's been all these different, there's been a lot of different forums and things like that. I think that's dope. I think that's really, really cool to get as much information as possible before we make a decision. It's a huge decision. I hope people don't stay. I hope people don't sit this out. Oh, okay. I see you, sis. All right. Looking spectacular out here. Look at my peoples right there. Look at my beautiful family. Great smiles. That's all good. Good stuff right there. A classy one writes, Biden is one and done. He could be. Nikki writes, this is my daughter. All hell breaking out. Same here. Charles writes, you just said it. He is corny and thinks he's educating people. His coon chip is always active.
It only takes a little bit of white brainwash to activate the coon chip.
Okay. Janice writes, it seems that her parents were complicit. Same. Did my video freeze? I don't think so. Not on my end. Yeah, not on my end. Jericho writes, Migos, it's drip drop. Raindrops. Maurice writes, close enough. What's crazy to me is Biden is a pedophilia, and I have a video of him touching on little girls, and you can see how uneasy they feel, but no one is mentioning this. People talked about that. They did. Stacy writes, I'm not a fan of either candidate because it's the same platform. Crime, better community, support the police, etc. It's going to be a tough choice for mayor. Is that right? Right. You perceive it as being a similar platform, huh? That's interesting. Totally entitled to your opinion. When I hear that there are some basics, because you're going to get that with any Cincinnati politician. You're going to get that. You're going to get the basics, crime in neighborhoods and shit like that. But when they were asked questions, I heard a difference. Like I said, with one candidate, I heard we got a lot of issues. We got to focus on disparities. We got a lot of work to do. We can be better. And with the other candidate, I heard we've already done it. We're already doing it. Things are good enough. Let's keep doing what we've already done. That's what I heard. And I think the way that you approach an issue and approach things will have a lot to do with what you actually end up doing. Like if you approach the city of Cincinnati, you think, well, we've already done it. We're already doing it. We've already got it. We've already got it, right? If that's your approach, then you're going to look at things differently than if your viewpoint is the opposite. Like if your viewpoint is like, nah, son, we got a lot of work to do. We're going to work on these disparities. Hey, we got work to do. That's going to be different. Glenn is officially out of Facebook jail. I swear this time I'm going to be really, 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 really good. Hashtag same OG. Bro, I need you to fend off Drip and Wolfman. Is that right? Damn, man. You can't stay the hell out of jail. Can't stay the hell out of jail. That is sad. Stephen Washington was falsely reporting that Alabama Fish Bar was closing, a Cincinnati landmark that is a victim of gentrification. They're not. They're not going nowhere. Matter of fact, they're about to remodel and come back even bigger and better. And you know what's so funny? This is real talk, and my wifey, if she remembers this, will vouch for it. I told the wifey that watch and see what happens on Liberty. Like we already know there's a plan for Liberty. And the plan is all new everything. One day very soon, when you're driving down Liberty, it's going to look like the new Vine Street. All new businesses, shops, people walking around, dogs. Oink, folks. They're going to have a great time on Liberty because Liberty is a major vein in downtown Cincinnati. And I turned to the wifey, I was like, when you see the Alabama Fish Bar get updated, you know the plan is in place. And you can read about it right now. They got plans for Liberty. And so, no, Liberty, the Alabama Fish Bar is not going away, Stephen E. Washington, if you're listening, brother. You will surely be missed. And people here they told them that. It's not going away. It's being updated. They're getting all new everything down there. They're getting all new everything down there. So if you love you some Alabama fish, and again, if you live in Cincinnati, who hasn't loved it? Who hasn't loved and gone to Alabama Fish Bar? I don't think it's black owned. I think it's white owned. I actually had like an association, like somebody, a family member of mine was married to someone who worked there for a long, long time. And it's cool. I ain't hating on it. I mean, that's what you're in the mood for. People say it's a Cincinnati landmark. That's cool. Now let me see here. I'm not sure. Are they being moved? I think they're going to remain. It's called the Willkomen Project. I don't know what that means, Willkomen. Sounds, I don't know, German or something. Willkomen, Willkomen Project. And so they're going to receive upgrades, new equipment as a part of their participation in this project. I'm just saying, man, I mean, Cincinnati's on the come up, yo. Cincinnati is on the come up, yo. They on the come up. They're on the come up. So it's a damn. I want to see more people like us enjoying the Renaissance. He got 333 shares for this misinformation, Stephen E. Washington, and it's not even true. But it's like people want it to be true because they want to believe the worst. You know what I'm saying? And there might be a lot of stories that's worse than that, but I mean, if they would have closed, they would have closed. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But when they in a part of this Willkomen Project, and again, you can go just type in Willkomen Project and you can go to their website and you can read about what they're going to be doing with it. I believe it's a part of 3CDC. I think it's a part of 3CDC's Willkommen project, which I don't know what Willkommen means. It sounds German to me. I don't know. Maybe it was like a long dead or long forgotten German family in Cincinnati or something. I have no idea, but just get ready. They doing all new everything downtown. All new everything in Over the Rhine. Everything's going to be glistening. Shops, bars, breweries, you name it. It's going to be right down there. You can walk to everything. So, no, Steven, that is not true. And I'm glad to see people posted on here. They got more shares than comments. They got 333 shares, but only 159 comments because people just want to share. They want to believe the worst. And it's not even true. Somebody writes, nasty anyway, in my opinion. Well, that's your opinion. Get into what you into. Get into what you into. Let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Morning, Nate. It's Kev on the cell.
What up, Kev on the cell? What's going on, brother?
Trying to make it, man. It's a great Friday. It's a great day for a great day.
It is.
So gray, we'll take the gray. My flowers I just planted. Get some water. They need that. They're always thirsty. Kind of like Drop. Thirsty. Just very thirsty. So here's the thing. This prediction about Biden and all of that. I don't know if you've been looking at the news as far as the virus is concerned. They're saying that there's a decrease in the number of people because all of the people that's been vaccinated. Strangely, it's amazing that a little bit of medicine actually seems to be working. But whatever. So I predict that once the economy starts coming back, because it will. The bad thing that the Republicans are doing, and it's just in a way it's stupid. For the moment, you will get the win. I agreed, 100% agreed. You're going to get the win. But they're doing exactly what Trump did, and it's kind of why Trump took, bit the bullet. A long time ago, somebody said, "You never ride the economy. Never use the economy as the way that you're going to promote your party." You know what I'm saying? Because the economy moves, it shifts, it goes one way and then it goes the another way. So if you start trying to say, "I got the best economy in the world," lo and behold, something happens in the marketplace that you cannot control. At all, right? And all of a sudden you end up being the GOAT. So you can't ride the economy. It's not a good idea. Only thing you really can do is stick with your policy, whatever that is. Biden's policy is, I'm going to work with the other side. I'm going to do what we're going to do. He's pretty much stuck to that. Now, does that suck for him in a way? Yeah, because you got an obstructionist party on the other side of the aisle. Just like, okay, you going to depend on us? We got a trick for you. We are going to do exactly what we said we're going to do. We're just never going to do anything. And that means that we'll stop you. But between reconciliation and the other tools that they got, I'm pretty sure somebody's going to get picked off here shortly and be like, hey, you know what? All of this thing about this filibuster, they've used it one too many times, and we are going to actually put an end to it because they can't continue to do that either, right? There are so many arrows in the quiver, man. That this early prediction, and it's that quick gratification thing that we all complain about. Our kids, this is a microwave generation and all of that stuff, right? And lo and behold, who taught them to be the microwave generation? We did. So I predict actually completely the opposite. I predict that, number one, the Democrats will get tired of this whole, you're just going to play obstructionist politics. We have enough to stop you. So, we'll get this Manchin dude to come along. If he doesn't, well, and we'll find a way to silence him. Or we'll pick up one person, during an election. All we need to do is pick up one person, or two people rather, and we can replace your two votes for you two people, Sinema and Manchin. I think that was an early prediction. The Alabama fish bar, I'm with you, Nate, 100%. Liberty is going to get redone, but it does beg one question: what happens to the food pantry? Does it grow along with everything else, or do they get rid of it? And it also asks, what happens to the Shell station? Are they going to force them to update that Shell station finally, man? I don't know. I think if those two things don't happen, I don't want them to move to food pantry. It's actually a great, it's a great tool for the folks in that area. Well, depending if the people are there or if they get moved along too, because that's something else that we like to do in Cincinnati. But a new Shell station, wouldn't that be amazing? I don't know. It's a great day for a great day, man. I'm gonna end with what you're gonna say as well. We're getting close to the date. If you haven't early voted, plan for it November the 2nd, because that's the last day to do it. Zorro ain't running, neither is Jesus. Unfortunately, he's not running for any position. Make sure that you know what's on the ballot and vote. Again, I've been here 40 some odd years, and the people that are sitting around talking about that this city's going to change itself, it's not. But I'll tell you this. I'll tell you something interesting. I still work with Roseline, and we sent out a request for folks to come see Roseline. And lo and behold, because people are talking about going to vote and things like that, all of the candidates showed up, or many of the candidates showed up at our meeting, because votes do matter and people want your attention. And they will 100%, politicians will 100% react if you actually say, I'm going down there and I'm going to cast my vote. Be blessed, Nate. Have a great weekend, bro. I'm waiting for your phone call. Still haven't gotten it yet. I'm going to call you on it because it's Friday. But be blessed. Have a great one, man. And blessings to the family as well.
Most deaf, brother. Thank you for the call. Appreciate you. And you already know, brother, we will be in contact. I want to get it popping. 100%. I'm excited about it. Good morning to you. So I'm going to end the show a little bit early. We started late, ending early. Like I said, my mother is in the hospital right now. She is completely under. She had a massive heart attack. They got 6 stents in her heart. She got a balloon pump in her heart. Just not a good thing. But we did get some good and encouraging news overnight, because I was with her late last night, about 12:30. The wife and I were together at bedside with her. You don't want to leave. You don't want to leave, but we also have young children, so just had to make a decision. And then you can't even really sleep at night because you don't want to miss a phone call, right? But so we'll be going back to spend some more time with her today. Thank you for your prayers. I appreciate it. God's will be done. I mean, that's the end and the short of it. Whatever God's will is what's going to happen. And then we will have to make the best out of it. And it's a very emotional time, as you can imagine. It's very hard to see the vessel, your mother, laying there, and she got all these tubes in her. And it's like deja vu almost, because it was like a year ago, right back at it. And then it makes my own experiences so real as well, because that was me. I wasn't in the same shape as she is, and much younger than she is. And again, made a full recovery. We're able to be with you every single morning and live a full, productive life. You know what I'm saying? But health is wealth, family. Take care of yourself at any age. Part of my goal right now is the reason why I work so hard with my own health and sacrifice for my own health is so I can be around in 10, 15, 20, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? My children need me. My family needs me. My wife, she says she's needing me. She don't really need me, but she says she needs me, right? But I'm joking. So my family needs me. And I want to be here, and just making some small little sacrifices here and there, and just maybe changing little things. You might not go radical like me, where you have the time to do those kind of things. I get it, but maybe some small little changes to your diet or your lifestyle can leave you on this planet with a good, healthy, style, for a long time. Long time. So that's what I'll be doing. Plus, it's going to be a very busy day. There's a lot of stuff going on. Donnie B will be back soon. She'll be back and she deserves it. She's taking some time away. She'll be back in November, first week in November. She's very, very busy, but excited to get back. Over the weekend, you've got 2 live stream shows that I want you to pay attention to. One is Straight Talk Live on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. with Edna Howe Parrish. And then the other is Melanin Insights at 5:30 p.m. Okay, matter of fact, let me get the cover art for what Edna's going to talk about It's Sunday. It's a very interesting conversation, in my opinion. She's going to be talking with the author of, well, let me share here. Who should restrict our views? Should values and opinions of books banned or challenged from public or school libraries? Join Edna Howe Parrish this Sunday, 10 a.m. as we discuss Censorship Divides Us, Books Unite Us. She'll be talking with internationally known award-winning author, poet Nikki Grimes, who was stunned when a school district elected to remove her award-winning memoir titled Ordinary Hazards. So I'm actually sharing it right now, and you can check it out. You can check it out for yourself. That'll be Sunday at 10 a.m. All right. And you know, the lovely ladies with Melanin Insights always got spicy topics, so make sure you check them out as well. So I'll leave you like that. Have an excellent rest of your day, family. I'll be back and hopefully better than ever on Monday morning. And if something should happen with Chairman Mom, I don't know if I'll go live with it or not. I'm not really sure. Typically, those kind of things, I'll be in my feelings somewhere. And the last thing I'll be thinking about is getting on Facebook. But also on Sunday, I want to remind you, why do couples cheat and argue? Sunday at 11:45 a.m. Now, this is a live stream conversation that you can find on Facebook at Cincy Renew, that's CINCI Renew, or on YouTube at Renew Community Church live stream. Check them out. Tap in. Learn how to develop wholesome relationships. And with that, family, have an excellent rest of your day. Remember our motto. Let's say it together. Winners focus on winning, and losers focus on winners. So stay focused and stay winning, and we'll talk real soon. Until next time, I'm Nathan Ivey, and I'm out.
I'm Scotty Johnson, candidate for Cincinnati City Council. Unfortunately, injustice remains in the city of Cincinnati. A remedy for injustice is courageous, bold leadership. I plan on bringing that type of leadership to City Hall. It's time to stop talking about it and to start doing something about it. Disparities have been in Cincinnati far too long. I'm the candidate to address. Good morning, Choppers. I'm Scotty Johnson, candidate for Cincinnati City Council. Unfortunately, injustice remains in the city of Cincinnati. A remedy for injustice is courageous, bold leadership. I plan on bringing that type of leadership to City Hall. It's time to stop talking about it and to start doing something about it. Disparities have been in Cincinnati far too long. I'm the candidate to address those disparities. Vote Scotty Johnson for Cincinnati City Council.
Paid for by friends of Scotty Johnson.
Yeah. Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand.
I'm back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving. Don't give a I don't care. Did the for my lonesome. No wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run. All I really want is my share. Get on my God, on my told them it's nothing. In the discussion, for them feelings I throw on my pain on percussion. It's disgusting. I hear them bragging about that they did, and it do not move me, not in the least. They ain't been dropping no seeds in the soil, but swear that you all my spot at the feast. I've been on go mode, show mode, showboat, rowboat, wave ride, cool shorty too.